Good morning, students. It is a very good day that we are freely just going to share our feelings on the topic illiterate God. Actually, this very lesson is part of First Flight. That is a book prescribed by CBSE, written by G.L. Fuentes. This man died with such a beautiful creation, whose writing is still full of inspiration, as well as the irony that happens in life. It is the time when people were engaged in doing some kind of farming, totally dependent on God, as well as the things that happen so nicely. What a marvelous day it might have been that this man who lived in a valley, this man is Lencho, that you will learn. So here I am going to introduce you with the characters that are here. You must know these are the characters. Main character is Lencho, a hard-working farmer who strongly believes in God. This very faith in God really brings fruit to him, but not completely at all. Postmaster is a fat and amiable man who is so generous, who is so good, that likes to make others feel comfortable and remain faithful to God. How? For this you will know how he collects money, how he shares money, how he parts his salary, a major part of the contribution, for the sake of Lencho's faith in God. Postman is a man who really informs him, after getting the mail, that he had never found such a letter written to God. What a wonderful idea is this, that you will understand. You will understand in a much better way. Here is the author, Giorgio Fuentes. He was born on July 11, 1897 in Arrecife. He was a fisherman and the first mate of the Pillar. The boat belonged to the American writer Ernest Hemingway, but he died very soon. Not. He lived a very long innings of his life that very few people live. He died on January 13, 2002 at Cosma. Really, this man was such a wonderful man who really wrote such a wonderful story. Fuentes was born on Lanzarote in the Canary Islands. He first went to sea as Dick boy with his father at age 10. As a teenager, worked on cargo ships out of the Canary Islands to the Trinidad and Puerto Rico, and from the Spanish ports of Valencia and Sevilla to South America. He migrated permanently to Cuba when he was 22. He attempted to reclaim his Spanish citizenship in 2001. This man, in 1938, replaced the Pillar's original first mate, Carlos Gutierrez, after Hemingway's mistress, Jean Mason, hired him to be the first mate of a boat after becoming jealous of Hemingway's relationship with Martha Gellhorn. Fintis, lifelong cigar smoker, died from cancer in Cozumel in 2002, never having read The Old Man and the Sea. At the time, he was 104 years old. What a wonderful thing. People say faith can move mountains. Really, this question is answered in this lesson. Lencho is a farmer who writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined. Really, he is desperate. He is worried how to take care of his family, but he has a faith in God. This faith really brings him fruit by getting 70 pesos while he requested him for 100 pesos. But he blames those men who really wanted to comfort him. He lived on the crest of a valley, on a hill. This man had a very single family. There was no one in the entire valley. He was sitting on the crest of a low hill. He could see that his crops grown in the field were dotted with flowers. He knew that the clouds hovering in the sky could really bring rain. But he did not know that it would be so disastrous. He was thinking of his good days. But sometimes our thoughts do not match with our futuristic dreams. And such a dream, when shatters, really it breaks a man. But this man is not broken. He was a hard-working man. He was very happy. The woman was preparing for supper, and this supper was to be served among the children. Those children who were playing, those children who were working in the field, they were very happy. Lynch was very happy. He wanted that the meal to be served. He had predicted that big drops of rain would fall. And in the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen. Air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. He wanted to enjoy the shower. When I returned, he exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10 cents and the little ones are 5. So what does it mean? It means that the big drops would fetch him a better yield, which would really make him more profitable. But the small drops, little ones, are 5s, means he would get a little better produce." That was his idea. He was satisfied that his corns would be ripe. It is covered with rainfall, but misfortune never comes along. What did happen? The big raindrops started to fall. This was the dream that he had seen, that children would be filling. But now his dreams were shattering. Seeing the heavy downpour, this was the idea. These crops were so happy. But now what would happen? Seeing the rain falling to the ground, he was shattered. He realized, oh, it would not be rain. It is a kind of destruction that has come to destroy the crops. And after some time, he could not see anything remained in the field. Everything was completely destroyed. It was hailstones that had fallen everywhere. Not a leaf was remaining. Everything had come to an end. It was a sorrowful night. This night was so dreadful. There was no one to help them. He thought that they would go hungry that year. He had no money, no seed, no food grains. Really, everything was in a state of desperation. Thank you, children. In this video, I have told you this much. In the next video, I will tell you something more. Thank you again.